Hello, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Shadows from ELG, episode 49. Right, I abandoned just trying to go around and get gear. We're going to go back to find the main missions. So we're doing this mission, the peasant who would be king, which is, let's have a look on the objectives. It is... yeah, this dude. So Mitsuhudi, we've seen him throughout the story. So I think after him, we've got this guy. And then I think there's one in the middle, possibly. Or if not, this is the final guy. But we've still got loads of sort of side quest stuff to do, which we'll do. But I'm trying to stay on the main story as much as possible. Although the Templar bit and Assassin's Creed bits, these are sort of opportunities to go and recruit more people for your team. But yeah, so we're quite close to this objective. Get on the horse. Is it actually... sorry there, sir, you were in the way. So I need to go left and up this way. Go in the right direction. On the shrine. Keep following the river, really. Yeah. Possums or something. Next bridge we go right. Look how pretty these trees are. Ooh, points here. I don't know why. See, this is a perfect example of Assassin's Creed. Like, you can't attack an enemy or collect stuff while you're on the horse in this game, and yet all the other Assassin's Creed games for this would allow you to like pick something up when you're on the horse. And I think, well, why would you invent that? Where am I going now? Back. We've gone. I mean, I do need to do this. Let me back here. Do this now. We're halfway up here, aren't we? Go up here and do this travel. Left, right. Yeah. Gonna be a road to the right here soon. Another quick prayer in. Was talk of them doing a complete remake of Assassin's Creed 1 and stuff, but I don't know, you know, those games were so much smaller and stuff, and it couldn't ever really be the same and just modern. And then people go, oh, it's too short. Well, I mean, I think Assassin's Creed 1 was something like 12 hours or something. I don't know, there's certainly a thing about games and gaming stuff that's also just to do with the time they came out. Some games lend themselves to being completely redone, built from the ground up. I mean, they're doing that with Fable, as I said earlier, but this is a temple location thing as well.
I am resilient, a bending branch in the rain.
Have you watched any of the Nelson 3D battle stuff yet, boxing? Right, so chatting.
You have returned.
My lady.
Your visit can mean only one thing. The Shinbakufu.
One remains. Mitsuhide.
You honor Lord Nobunaga, as he would have wanted.
Thank you, my lady.
Mitsuhide has gathered his forces in Shoryuji Castle. I hope he fears what is coming. Vengeance.
Mitsuhide only thinks about himself, not the people. He had no plan beyond taking Nobunaga's power. The war must end.
The peace you long for must yet be forged by fire. As we speak, Lord Hideyoshi is readying his forces near Shoryuji Castle. This battle will shape the country for generations. If Lord Hideyoshi triumphs, we enter a new age.
With your husband in power.
It is a delicate situation. Lord Hideyoshi is ambitious, as is every other daimyo. What matters now is defeating Mitsuhide. Go, finish the Shinbakufu, and may you find there what you seek.
It's Hidu. It's a hoodie. It's a hoodie. The hoodie.
We have to get to Hideyoshi before he kills him, otherwise the box is lost.
And we have to move quickly.
I don't know. I still play as Naoe for the moment, but if we get into a boss fight, but usually the way these missions go is you've got various 3-4 sub-quests to get to the main target, each one, so Although each of these, you think, well, it's a guy, but like each of these have, you know, 3 or 4 sub-objectives. In a way, these the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 11 characters. I mean, some had 3 and some had 4 or something. But yeah, it's like represents about 34, 35 missions. Just that one. Where are we going now then? His camp is in Yamashiro, Yamakaze, south of Oyamazaki village. Shiro. That's quite okay. Yamaka. South of the village. Village. Baki. Yeah. I mean, you can turn this off in the gaming settings. I actually like trying to work it out, send out the scouts. Only the villages. Yamazaki's here. Village must be. Let's try a thing here. But... no, it's not there. Who's Setsu's border? Yeah, so it can't. All my. Yeah, no. It says it's in Yamazaki part of. Well, crap. Never saw that. Zoom in. And there's the village. Thought saw that. Well, that's fine. Come here then. Wasted a few scouts there. Pro scouting. You've watched one episode of the Civil War series so far. I need to watch it properly. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, the first 1 or 2 aren't as good as the later ones because it's generally talking about economic and the political leading up to why. I mean, it's very important. But obviously it goes into more details about the battles and their generals and stuff in later episodes. But that series on the Civil War is sort of top and tailed with you know, the causes and politics of prior, and then towards the end they do an episode which sort of talks about after Lincoln's assassinated and how it sort of, you know, carries on. But I think you'll like those Nelson 3D battle things, whatever, so they're not too long on YouTube. Watch. And of course you don't need to dedicate quite so much time to watching those. As they're kind of almost standalone videos, but there's just four battle videos to watch. Absolutely belting it down. Actually here, I presume they're not going to attack me if I've got to go the dude.
If you expect it.
No. Lord Nobutaka will take the right flank. I am leading the charge.
Fancy hat. Peacock.
Lord Hideyoshi, we are here to join your battle against Mitsuhide.
Good. You show loyalty to Lord Nobunaga. Get in the ranks.
Yes, Lord Hideyoshi.
Following Hideyoshi is a mistake. To get to Mitsuhide first, we need to be in front, not behind.
Let Lord Hideyoshi fight. We will head straight for Mitsuhide. Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's move.
Akechi Mitsuhide!
So these battles
Has
and these
betrayed
events in
our
the game
master,
are all real
Lord
events if
Nobunaga.
you look it up on Wikipedia and stuff.
Now, he
This
expects us to serve him. Today is the day of our vengeance! Hachiman is watching! Lord Nobunaga is watching! They demand blood. So, let us spill it!
Is this all? What about the Hosokawa clan? And the rest of our allies?
I loved the old Shogun series that was in the 80s with
Then we face the enemy.
James Cavell or whatever, and
without
then
them.
I haven't watched the new Shogun series that was on Netflix or...
The castle!
Yeah, the thing is, I wish they'd give you a bit better clue, so I don't mind trying to sneak around and find a target if I am on to play as Naoe. If we're going to be slashing people through in battle things, I want to play as Yasuke, but I'm going to stay as Naoe at the moment, which is how I prefer to play this game throughout, but there are certainly...
There's too many!
If it's not a boss fight and it's get up and stealth and kill a character, then Naoe's always the better option. But if it's a boss fight, you never really want to do it as Naoe because, you know, and bells, but let's have us saying we're going to assassinate him, so... Try and take out this guy here.
Protect the gates!
Oops. Over there through that door, so we can't go through the door and keep these guys coming up Yasuke. Probably want to go vertical. See me here. Sync point at the top there as well. Right, try and use the star things for their thing. This thing, that bell. Difficult, these guys. This guy comes round here. What does it guy there? I think they would see me though if I attack him.
Get ready!
Get over there really. Get onto that roof, take out those guys, come up that way. It seems a much better way of doing it than
We
that.
must clear the area of potential threats. That's it.
Because now we want to fight as little people as possible. Pick up this guy.
Huh?
I do like doing these castles and stuff, they're very... Then they all feel a bit unique. I want to get up on that building, but watching. Nope, he's going to see me if I come out. Closest. Those flowers, somebody's going to see me from the right and the left.
It's always something. What was that noise?
That was the guy who was to the left. I think he yeah, see me. I think. Rid of these guys. The stealth in this game is so good compared to the last few.
Is that a threat?
Valhalla was rubbish. Odyssey was pretty non-existent. Origins wasn't too bad. And the hack and slash is quite fun, but I still prefer picking up targets one by one, and that's the wrong roof. Go. Need this ladder here. Go through that building. Other target is there. I don't want this one to end in a boss fight. I've done so many boss fights. I'd like this one just to be able to sneak up and assassinate him. Might do the travel point though while we're here, because otherwise I'll come back and do it. Hatchet, that's handy. Not really. I'm mostly self-study and stuff. Really, I did a bit. It was my favourite subject at school and stuff. Yeah, just reading documentaries. I mean, I do love reading. I've got lots of books to read and stuff, you know. But you know, with gaming and the stuff like that, I spend way too much time on the computers and the screens. But if I'm not playing a game, then I'm usually watching something that's historical and I'm learning something. He's several floors down, this guy. So we might have to fight a few people on the way down, because
This is undefended. Send archers.
but I'm sort of the, as I say, let's say it's a film or something, like if there's a film or a series or something, then I will always go, if it's based on real events,
You will ride with me.
then I will
Our
specifically
forces
go out of my
will
way
join
to
up there.
find out more about real event or
Aimed at me? Be careful now. We will send scouts up ahead.
hopefully it wasn't for me. Gonna get it. I'll come back now. I wait. Good night, sweet prince. Came back, didn't I? No. Target there for a minute. Open the door and he's literally facing me. I mean, Assassin's Creed famously, you know, it's like all the guys are like looking out a window, looking the wrong way, making it a bit easy to kill them. And they do that in this game as well. Get a lot of that. Like this guy down the stairs was like looking out that window. It's like, really? But then, you know, like here, like this one, he's like sat opposite, he was looking right at me as I opened the door. So they mix it up a little bit in this one. So let me do the scan again. Target's down that way. Doesn't give me a range.
That's odd.
Oops. Go shave. In here. Could use my eagle vision.
What is amiss? Where did that sound come from?
I try not to use the eagle vision too much stuff because so you can't use it with Yasuke. You can only use it now, but I quite like walking into room corner and go, oh, and not knowing what's there. Feels a little bit more realistic. Trying to scan everything. Right. Is there a chest or anything in here? Just more. Be another staircase down. Could be a boss fight.
You just die.
The two-faced. I think this is going to be a boss fight.
Deal
Right,
with
always
this.
is a boss fight if they're not like the wrong character. Runs off, gets on a horse. Maybe it will let me. Will it let me choose? Oh no, it's just scripting me to go. Oh, okay, that's fine. Kind of weird. Some of the missions I really like the way they've designed this, and then others are all. They're not all the same. That's a good thing, but 3 to 4 different ways that you can kill the main characters. So this will probably end in a boss fight, but if I'm Yasuke, then that's fine. Although I didn't upgrade his gear, save any money. I don't go any faster. Yeah. Oh, mess this up. Can't actually ride across the bridge as Pharisees. Is he in here then? Over there. No. We're gonna do Miami Vice.
Lord Mitsuhide,
Oh no,
we will
I've got to
cover
beat a
your
guard
retreat.
first. Thinking I'll run and get a boat, but people are going to
No.
see me running away.
No more running. I will face my fate with sword in hand. Go. I release you.
Nowhere to hide.
This gives me an option to choose either. That's really good, like here. But a lot of them, you don't. You sort of you go over it, and then it sort of puts you in the final bit.
Nobunaga's royal blade. I once shared that royalty. Then he bound Enrakuji down. Monks, women, children. We bound and beheaded them all. By the thousands.
Lord Nobunaga was... That does not justify your treachery.
Someone had to save us from his madness. To stop the endless slaughter of innocents.
So you defiled your honor, betrayed your lord. You murdered him with a stab in the back.
There's also been a few where you can let them off.
Shinbakufu used me, as I had used you. Have you forgotten Iga?
I'll never forget Iga. Just as I will never forget how you murdered my father.
It was a necessity. And now, you back another tyrant. A peasant. For Nobunaga's throne. I saved this country. You, we destroy it.
No. We will save it from you.
You never were a true samurai.
You just throw something at me? I was kicking dust in my face. Actually damaging me. How can the dust damage me? Ooh. That'll damage me. Actually using my wrong weapon. Right. Some of this one, mate. The dust kicking my face. Honestly, it's like lowering my health. I mean, I can imagine it staggered me or something. Getting grit in my eye. Blocking everything.
Your strength has left you.
You have a little run round as well. We got oh, there's an invisible wall somewhere. I was wondering if we've got. Yeah, I can't actually show me the wall, but I'll actually run. It's even worse because then I'm like, don't know where the wall is. We've got to get his yellow bar down, which is his armor, before we can even get his health down. I don't see refills. That's what I was looking for. The rations. Blocks everything. Fancy. So now I need to fill up my thing so I can use my powers. Abilities, what do they call them? Oh.
Your strength has left you.
Got half of that. Oh, I'm stuck on something invisible. Showing off with his sword at his back blocking. It's like, yeah, whatever, mate. I'll just block this. Oh god, oh, that was not well timed by me. Ow. Okay, can I get in that? No, I can't. It's blocked me. Normally you can see like a white wall or something, so it's like I'm not quite sure where the walls are, but I don't see any rations for me to pick up during the fight. Oh. You can dust in my face. He's got his armor got. Wow, that took like... Oh, okay. Looks scripted. Whoa! Okay, that was a bit surprising. I wasn't actually ready for this. But now knowing. Okay, I'll use my range thing here. Double teaming him. Oh, wow, okay. That went better than expected.
Speak.
There is another.
Gonna say.
He would have become Shogun again, but you defied death and hunted us down. We underestimated you. He promised allies, then disappeared. He lives where my dream falls to pieces.
You mean Ashikaga Yoshiaki?
Ashikaga Yoshiaki, the one Nobunaga toppled from power.
And the box, where is it?
He has it. It is one of the Imperial regalia.
The jewel.
Everyone else
For
has not told her
years,
anything.
We searched for it. All that time, hidden in your little village. The Oda clan has many great samurai, but you were the one to avenge our lord. Perhaps you are the greatest of us all.
Enough. Your time has come.
I lived my life as a samurai. Let me die as one.
I could give him what he asks.
He does not deserve it.
It is the 5th month when rain falls. Water rushes in the garden on Summer Mountain. Falling flowers keep back the flow of the pond.
My father.
Your life's work is undone tonight, samurai. But my father's legacy lives on through me.
Lord Nobunaga has been avenged. My men will collect the traitor's head, and we will savor today's victory.
Will you succeed Lord Nobunaga?
Our council must find a successor to finish the work, with might to crush any opposition.
And grace to maintain the balance.
I am the son of a farmer. I have seen samurai take all and leave nothing. That stops now.
And if they don't, you will hear from us.
I'm sure that I will. Samurai, your actions have honored Lord Nobunaga.
Thank you, Lord Hideyoshi. That means more than you know. Owari no Uutsuke.
I thought we finally had him. The one with the jewel.
Only one left. Come on, we can do it.
Whatever the Shogun's plans are, we will stop them.
One more main target to do then. Topple the traitor. Plus any other surprises we have. Man behind the mask. I think there's a couple surprises though. Right. Ashikaga Yoshiki. So he was the guy that apparently was in charge then before Nobunaga. When Mitsuhide backed Nobunaga in real life, Nobunaga had about maybe 150 people at the castle or something, and he got caught out, and Mitsuhide turned up with 15,000 dudes. Can you imagine 15,000? I mean, that's what's recorded in history. It could have been 10 to 15,000, but Nobunaga didn't stand a chance, so he saved as many people as he could and then committed suicide, just as it was shown in the game. Some of this is in the codex as well, so like if you go to this guy here, who just killed, it will say Akechi Mitsuhide, it's Mitsuhide is best known for rising against his lord Oda Nobunaga and forcing the latter to commit suicide in the Honjoji Temple in 1582. His later attempt ended in failure. He was defeated a few days later by Hideyoshi and killed during his escape. Warrior of obscure origin, Mitsuhide was first in the service of the Asakura before joining Nobunaga. He gradually rose in the military hierarchy of the latter's vassalage, become one of his main generals by fighting at palaces like Tamba. Nobunaga gave him the fief of Sakamoto Castle in Lake Biwa. Several hypotheses have been made. Several hypotheses have been made regarding the motives for his betrayal, but nothing is really clear. He's said to have blamed Nobunaga for the execution of his mother, whom he had entrusted as a hostage to Hatano Hideharu. However, the story does not appear in any reliable historical document. What is certain is that his revolt was poorly organized. He had few allies, and all those he contacted to rally to him remained passive. As a result, he was defeated in the Battle of Yamazaki by Hideyoshi, who in the meantime had masterfully made peace with the Mori, returned at forced march to Kyoto, and received reinforcements from Oda Nobunaga's troops who were in Osaka. Ultimately, Mitsuhide's uprising lasted only 13 days. Hideyoshi took Sakamoto Castle, where Mitsuhide relatives had taken refuge. The latter descendants were exterminated, except for his youngest daughter, Tama, who was married to Hosokawa Tadoki, who remained loyal to Hideyoshi. He converted to Christianity shortly after and is known in history as Hosokawa Gracia. Akechi Mitsuhide perfectly embodies the figure of a warrior traitor to his suzerain. Yet in Tamba, where he had some successes, he undertook reforms that generally improved the lives of the population and contributed to ensuring he had some local popularity, notably development work along the region's rivers to prevent flooding and improve harvest. He also reduced the peasants' tax burdens, generally ensured good governance of his province. He was also a cultured man, skilled in composing poems, particularly linked poems, renga. He was also versed in the tea ceremony, Chanu-yu, who appreciated by Nobunaga. Yeah, and like all these people that are listed in here, these are all historical characters, real people. Ooh. Because you don't get doing these, you don't get money stuff. So this is supposedly the last guy to do in the main story. I was wondering if I could do one that I've got close to finishing off. Into Raiders. Give me a gun. These people probably the closest, the Kuri Eku. Because we killed some of these by just coming across them. I've only got 2 of these to do. These are quite easy. I'll tell you that. But let's if we can find this guy. I'd like to finish off a small ring. Talk to the guards. Guards where? Just gonna do a little side quest or two, and then we might start on the next one. That's probably going to have quite a few parts to it, so that will probably take up the next video or two. Up. Side. Yeah. I love sliding doors in this game, man. It's great. How fast his horse comes. It's knocked to hell. I was meant to ride right now, but
I need to paint this.
these painting things I've hardly done because
I must approach carefully.
I just scare them off. So hard to get close to the point where it gets you to paint them. I've done 2, but I've probably attempted about 6.
Good view from here.
Done quite easy, but usually they usually you bugger off. Nice XP and that's stuff for the hideout. Cover the trees and stuff, man. God, like Japan in like spring and autumn and stuff must be amazing. Right, we need to go talk to the guards. Dude that we killed.
Chunke's merchant advisor, squeezing us over our debt. A fake debt.
The
Hello.
merchant advisor. Can you tell me more about him?
It's no secret. Sits there in the castle, forces us to take loans and
Oh, he's not in a
traps us
castle,
in
is
debt.
he?
So the merchant advisor is in the castle.
Balls. Makes it a bit. Castle's a little bit. Operates Oriyama, ain't it, in the castle? Assume it's this one. Unfortunately, it's another one I've not done the fast travel on. Right, we'll try and do it. I don't want to spend too long on this mission being a side quest, but we don't need to clear out the castle or anything. Although they are their own objective. Watching and listening gives you a new appreciation. a lot of stuff I learn about. I'm pleased that you think so. That's you know, it's hard. There's a lot of people that aren't that interested in history. They don't see point in it and stuff. I don't know. You know, it almost feels like an illness for me, and how much I just want to keep knowing about things, and not even necessarily you need to be an expert in everything. I don't think. Sometimes people think you need to be like some world authority on a subject. It's not. Whether it be historical or something, just finding out more and knowing that this happened and this real happened, and as I say, if you look at some of the Assassin's Creed games, and the time they're set, and even the characters they have, you know, like in Unity and Syndicate and stuff. I mean, most of the characters they introduce in the game are real people. Queen Victoria and, you know, and Disraeli and stuff in Syndicate, and Napoleon and stuff in. And then you might think, well, actually, I want to find out. I mean, everybody's got this, you know, I've got Audible books and stuff on, you know, Caesar and Napoleon and various other things. It's just, I don't know, but a lot of people just think history is just something in the past, and everybody was less intelligent than today or something, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It's, you know, people were very intelligent, and you know, we've lost a lot of what they knew. And okay, when you look at, say, electronics and the modern world and stuff, but you know, in their time and stuff, it's fascinating. I mean, these were, you know, we're not talking about games here. They were proper people and societies that lived in these areas and had these things. And you know, you can only get an appreciation of even a glimpse of what it must have been like and stuff by learning about the real stuff. And then it, from my point of view, it doesn't matter whether it's a game, a movie, or any kind of sort of, you know, what we have these days. If that spawns enough interest to go out and find more.
This place is on alert.
You know, I mean, don't take the movies or the games as being, I mean, what's that movie with the Crusades and stuff, with Orlando Bloom? I mean, that's pretty inaccurate in a lot of ways, but there's also an awful lot of accuracy in it. And it's based in a time and a place, and the surrender of Jerusalem and stuff. You know, and then if you want to, you can just Google sometimes what were the differences between the movie and real life or something, and then you'll find something that shortens to 6 or 10 bullet points. Said, well, this was set 20 years actually before it happened, or this guy didn't really exist, this guy's fictional, this guy's or girl is actually made up of sort of 4 people from real history that they put into one character and stuff. But then you find out the bits that are accurate, and then it's like, wow, you know. And I'm just one of those people where real history is always more, not only more interesting, but more incredible than what you see in movies and films, where I think most people that don't really have an interest in history think that movies and things are all a bit too, you know, fanciful. That's like that Cochrane thing I said, you know, but you haven't watched Master and Commander, and you haven't read any of the Patrick O'Brien books and stuff. But as I say, when you do, you know, you sort of find that, well, actually, you know, what was going on in real history was actually even more incredible than what you see in the movies. And it's like I'm getting older and older, and I just think of not only the history and the books I've not read and the things I've not learnt and other things I want to learn more about Japan and shoguns and more about Greece and, you know, what have you. And then you sort of think, God, I'm running out of time, man. It's like, You know, I've spent decades picking up what I've learned. That's why I think when you're younger, if you can spend more time, you know, and you don't have to plan it out as some sort of exact thing, but if you can read some books, watch some documentaries, just get more informed, it's like, I don't know, you can spend your time on the earth learning, expanding your mind and your brain. It's not a bad thing to do, and you can go through many years and decades of, I won't say wasting it, but not learning stuff. And then when you do learn stuff, you kind of wish you had more time or could travel more or go to more museums and do more of these things. My target. What I'm meant to be doing, because he's in the car. We're meant to find where he is, but that will be a blue icon. Usually if I go vertical, get a better idea of where the target is. Also, everybody might end up seeing you. Like these buildings, and I mean, this is exactly what it looked like. These places and stuff, and they've based all these castles and stuff on real places. I mean, some of them now are fully still intact, so you can see how accurate they are to it. Others were burnt down and, you know, are sort of ruins now or something. Some of them have been built over, but like in many countries, a lot of them are protected as, you know, World Heritage Sites and things like that. We've got fast travel over there. He's at the car. I mean, he's not the main boss. He said he thinks so. Obviously in here. I think so. And but in this game, the castle itself is its own objective, or has a separate objective. Can't really get up those walls, so I'm just thinking of what in I need. Cross. The game always provides a few little cheats that you can climb or.
What's over there?
Got me.
You'll regret challenging me. I will not bend to you. What made that noise?
I mean, one thing is certainly true. You know, we think today's world's going to hell in a handcart with, you know, wars and politicians and politics and it sort of is, but so it did in Japan with the shoguns and the wars and, you know, the 100 Years' Wars between Britain and France and the 7-Year War and the War of the Roses between the Lancasters and the two families vying for control of England and stuff, and Vikings and Saxons and Harold and you know, stuff, and Japan, you know, with all these sort of regional masters that then, you know, because back in the day that this game is set, this is what Japan was like. It wasn't unified, as most countries were. You didn't have a king or an emperor of the whole lot. You know, most of the countries went through hundreds of years of wars and things to get to a stage where eventually most countries then became sort of semi-unified in the fact they had a king or an emperor or a leader or something. But most of the countries, you know, were all fragmented into regional groups that were all fighting each other. Just you know. And in some ways, history just keeps repeating itself. We're no really better off than our ancestors. Right, I can get up that way if we kill this guy. Out with that. Yeah, I've got to get the thing in front. Oh shit, there's another guy.
Better make sure nothing's amiss.
Yeah,
Nothing.
gone in the building. I need to put a save in, so I need to find a chest. Need to get over there. You might help me, but I'm gonna get seen though. See you? Oh, we need to get rid of that. Right. This guy I'm trying to kill.
Could you help us out?
Still haven't found the actual location. Got two dynamos there which are part of the castle objective. Go. We are in the right castle. The retainer in the castle. Yama. Retainer's quarters. Crap, I should have seen that bit. Okay. Go. I don't. Going all the way around. Is this the actual? I don't think I can dive here. That's... But you know, these type of games, you know, and as I say, it's not for everybody, I think, but you're either going to want to learn more about the real life because of the game, or you already have studied and read and watched movies and like the setting and the time period, and then you play Assassin's Creed to just feel a bit closer to that period, because although it's not meant to be an historically accurate game, it's always in a world setting that's set in a time period that is sort of a certain, and therefore, you know, and as I say, although you can make fun out of games and stuff, I mean, if you just take and I think I said this before in my videos, but when they were making Assassin's Creed Unity, they did the LiDAR scans and had all the scans and photos and imagery of Notre Dame and put it in the game. You know, life size, every nook and cranny, stained glass window and everything. And it was done, you know, they spent more than a year and a half or something just doing Notre Dame for AC Unity. And then when Notre Dame burnt down in real life, you know, Macron and the government and that turned to Ubisoft, and they used a lot of the images and the data and the scans, you know, how much, you know, millimeters of feet gap were they between this thing and the next thing, because, you know, all that original building knowledge had been lost, you know, a long time ago. And it's one thing to have pictures and things like that, but to have actual dimensions and stuff that would be anywhere near being able to, and it was done so detailed in the game that it was an integral part of the repair and restoration and rebuilding Notre Dame. Not just rebuilt the bits that collapsed and burnt down, but, you know, to engrave and have some of the detail and put that back, because nobody had ever captured it in that kind of detail before. So, you know, that's a perfect example of where, you know, the game's then gone and helped real life. My guy died. I don't know where this guy is, but at least we're just going into the retainer's quarters, and obviously it said he was a retainer, so
These new temple are heavy. My shoulder hurts like hell.
button down, do my scan. This is below me. The kinds of chests and stuff here. Not really. Yep, okay, fair enough. This he has the key.
I'll take a look around, I guess.
Your temple are heavy. My shoulder hurts like hell.
Nothing to find.
Right. Still haven't seen a blue dot. Okay. Big corner this. Big stretcher to my right. Here's that one. Here's the key to that. Open it. We need some goods for our upgrades. Horses. Small ones, so there's probably several of these around. Big armor. I was going to say, that's what I'm looking for. Blue dot. Yes. Protected. So if I assassinate this guy, I should throw this down. Get this guy as well. Because it's not a main target. Not like
I'll look into that.
you do that, mate. So he's done. I can't actually fast travel out of it. I need to get out of the camp. He's dead. This guy in eastern Yamato in Uda Matsuyama. Yes, I did do the discovery tours and stuff. The Origins one's very good because, you know, you can walk about in it. And later Assassin's Creed games, they only did the they only do the codex, this written text, which actually I wouldn't skip. They're quite informative. The Origins and Odyssey, I think, had their sort of discovery tours and stuff. But yeah, Origins was the first time that they did the discovery tour, and they did one in Origins. But then when it got to Valhalla, it was just sort of these codex stuff that we have now, which is still great. You know, just not as good as. I guess it was a lot of money to in-game ones. I mean, when I bought Origins, I bought the £100 pack or something at the time, so I got the Discovery with it. Separate purchase, although I think if you buy the game now, you know, the packs that include it all are pretty cheap. So Yamato Umas. Yeah. Another one I haven't done. Right now, I need to go do this castle. These castles in this game, I mean, all the Assassin's Creed had camps and stuff. They're a little bit generic in Origins and Odyssey once they're sort of just the general soldier ones. In Shadows, they're sort of much more, well, they're much bigger, much more diverse, have various objectives within them. But you're, you know, I'm just coming to kill that guy, so you'll have often side quest guys to kill here and main quest people to kill here. You'll have a chest to get in the castle, but you can't get the chest in the castle until you kill the amount of dynamos. And and each castle is a little bit different. So if you hover over the castle in this game, you'll see defeat all the samurai Daishu, not dynamos. But, so this one's 4. So I've got you. So you can't get the legendary chest until you kill the 4 guys. Sometimes it is worth waiting to do these because they give you the gear at the level you are when you do them. So in some ways it's best to do them at the end because then you get much higher level gear. It's very expensive to upgrade it. Like now I'd get a 38, but if I waited till I was 60 or 70 or something, then they also have these paintings and stuff. You can collect these and then some of these in your hideout. And then when you do a castle, when you do the chest, the castle then gets a tick. You see I've got others that I've done, like these ones here. And you get a mastery point or a certain number of mastery points for doing the castles. But also each castle also has some stores in them, like the little one we just went in, so that you can collect some of the ingredients that you need for your hideout. So they often combining 3, 4, 5 things in a single location in some of the castles. But generally I'm not specifically going out of my way to do them because of saving the gear. But a lot of the castles will have a you know, one of these. But then you can always come back to that point, which is within that. You haven't got to get into the castle because once you've done these, you can fast travel back here and then clear out the castle, get the chest and the mastery points. Right, so I don't feel like I need to do this. We can come back and do it now with the PowerPoint. The other one, though, we need to do is this one. Don't have the one in the castle, so I think really get this one done. Right, so that's our destination. Other guy. What's really good about Origins that they kind of messed up in, you'll notice it if you play Odyssey after Origins, is in Origins, like everybody's talking and they're talking Egyptian and saying things and it feels very lived in. When you go to Odyssey and just the general people, they're just silent, they're not saying anything. And in Valhalla it was mostly silent and then some bits of areas would have people chatting about what was going on and stuff. Odyssey was actually quite bad at that. Pretty mental trying to get there. It's like if people aren't talking and AC Shadows is a bit of a mix. I go to some areas and you'll maybe see some now where there's just farmers and they're just not saying anything. But in Origins, you do it in, they would be like, oh, you know, Maricheco, and saying, you know, And they'd sort of be talking to each other, or just like if you bumped into them, they would say something. They say it's a bit mixed because, like, look, I'll come to these guys here. You know, and there's nothing. You know, there's game sounds like there's a fucking wood or something, but nobody's talking. No chit chat in the streets and stuff. Unity had a lot of it. Syndicate had a lot. If you watch any of the games where it just makes the world feel much more lived in. When, you know, people are just, because that's what it would be like in real life, isn't it?
I'm not allowed here. I should be quiet.
Would have been in this castle. Didn't mostly do the think point.
You there?
Up there, so I think I might try and do that straight away. Parkour in this game's really good. They've improved it so much.
What's there?
It's had a bit of a total overhaul on the parkour from when the game launched. Much more fluid. It reminds me the most of Unity for just like, you know, moving around and stuff. Wow. Very good. I still prefer a sort of a city environment like Mirage and Unity and Syndicate than too much open world. But it kind of works in this game because, you know, we're in Japan. It's such a... just like Egypt or something, you know, so although Alexandria and stuff's pretty awesome, and you know, being able to go through the deserts and the pyramids and also the tombs in Origins are still probably some of the best. I think these Kofuns are pretty good, but the tombs in Odyssey were absolutely shockingly bad. It was one of the worst parts of the game. So bad compared to Origins. Origins tombs had real proper puzzles and a lot of detail inside. In Odyssey it was just like camp with some guys and I mean rocks stuck on the ceilings and the walls, the most ridiculous mining idea. But you know, then Odyssey brought back the ships and the, you know, and brought back some of what Black Flag is. As I say, every Assassin's Creed game's got some great stuff in it, and then the other things you think, hell is this? Why did they do it like this? Got a thing here, haven't I? Assassination. Oh, only Yasuke can move. Can't change while I'm in a castle. Check that. Not available. Okay. Mind? Have a point, we can come back now that we've got this one. So yeah, this one's got 4 Daishu to kill and a loot chest, but I'm not going to do that. We are just looking for there you go. He's absolutely nowhere near where I am. He's dropping the blacksmiths. I bet he is in the castle, but crikey, I'm gonna have to come back here, aren't I? You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna, if you listen to the blacksmith, they're gonna say he's in the castle. It's like I was just at the castle, but because I've done the travel point. Fast travel back here. Oh. Get out of here though. But
What's out there?
bell thing. Set the alarm off. Excuse me.
You won't get away.
Excuse me. Just leaving your castle. They've rung the bell though, so I'm now wanted. It sucks. Right, blacksmith, where are you?
You! I wish to show you something.
Eavesdrop on them. The right dog's breakfast of theirs.
Why hone my craft when that upstart in the southeast steals all the work?
What is done is done. We lost the lying Akiyama Shugodai's contract. We'll have to find new business if we want to make a living.
You deserve the contract, sir. But it's best to avoid your rival's strange friends.
That blacksmith sounds too well connected. I should investigate.
Good to do them.
You honor me with your business.
I don't think I really have any, but let's sell our valuables. A little bit of money. So much.
Farewell, young warrior.
I not listen properly. What was the... Operates by the river north of Yoshino. Not in the castle. Operates in eastern Yamato, which is where I'm at. Operates by the river north of Yoshino. Where is Yoshino? Aki. Right, Miyataki should be on. Zoomed in. Natto. be around here, but again the towns would be... I guess this is the river. Shino. Here's your Shino. Right, so about here then. Yeah. Oh. Scouts now. Aki. Okay, the names of the villages. Zoom in more because it says he operates near the river, but I checked way down here, but there's the river north, so that would be here, but I already scouted. I think we're going to have to come here, travel south. Time for a cup of tea. I want to try and get this done in this episode on. You just fill up this stuff. I could pay to have more scouts, but I haven't got very much money. Okay, so didn't scout him, but I kind of think he's here. Can't see a village here. I mean, there's a few things that could be there. Why I can't see my attacking? Pretty sure it shows you. I mean, maybe some of them don't show, but like here. I mean, I haven't defogged that, and it tells me. You know, so a lot of places are still named, even though you've not cleared the fog. My attack. This place Mitsui. This place does have a bit of a. This is Anu. Be there. Let's come here instead. Just go south. And then maybe I'll get in a boat and go down the river. village is something down here, so maybe it's the basement. Did it say? Ayataki. Here we go, we found it. It was hidden then. Okay. Well, that's good. So he's in this place, so I just need to just scan feudal. Go up and kill him. His guards might get a bit annoyed.
Should have been ready yesterday. I will find something.
To the shadows I go. Okay, he's done. That should have done that little family ring then. The corrupt merchants